Hi traders, welcome to my video on the Apex Sniper Arrow Indicator. Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how you can capture big moves such as this one on the Swiss franc US dollar for around 300 pips. Okay, and it's not necessarily going to be with this indicator. Okay, you've clicked the video for the Apex Sniper Arrow Indicator, and I'm going to break down why I think you do not necessarily need it for your trading strategy, whilst also covering ways in which it can be implemented. Okay, so this is a 1 hour chart. I prefer higher chart timeframes because they contain more price data, and therefore I find the signals tend to be more reliable. This applies to technical indicators, price action analysis, support and resistance, trend lines, candlestick patterns, so on and so forth. Okay, so this indicator, the Apex Sniper Arrow Indicator, what it does is it places arrows where it feels there are buy signals or sell signals, okay? And the first thing to note is it's not clear what the methodology is behind these arrows being displayed, okay? Are they using moving average crossovers? Are they using a stochastic? Are they using an ADX? Are they using the MACD? Are they using a combination of indicators? Are they using completely random entries? We don't know, okay? So therefore, based on that alone, I'm not going to take the signals. I think it's imperative that you know why there's a particular signal and why you're entering or exiting a trade, okay? And as you can see by looking at the chart, if we just blindly take these red arrows when there's a sell or green arrows when there's a buy trade, it's not gonna perform well, okay? Sell there, price goes up, buy there, price falls down. Okay, granted you buy there, the price moves up, you sell there, probably a stop loss, sell there, probably a stop loss, sell there, reasonable trade, but you're selling against an uptrend, okay? Buy here, reasonable, sell, stop loss, okay? Sell, stop loss, sell, stop loss. Yeah, and here there's a big move up here and there's not even an arrow displayed to buy up. Okay, so there you go. For me, that alone is enough. In my opinion, I would not use this indicator. Okay. However, for this move here, what I would do is I would draw my support. Market is making higher lows. Okay. Market is making higher lows there. Look for a pullback. So trend up. Look for a pullback here and trade a breakout of that resistance level. Perfect entry into this uptrend here. Didn't need any magical unicorn indicator or crystal ball to do that. Same again. Market's making higher lows. Wait for a pullback. Enter on a breakout. Resistance becomes support, continuation. Okay. So we can get good trades without needing to rely on random arrows on the chart. You know, I wouldn't be selling here or even here. It's just this is a range as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to buy or sell. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a trend direction, an obvious trend, and then trade in the direction of the trend. Okay, I'll give you another example. Support here. Okay, market's making higher lows again. So what we're going to do, we're going to look for buy trades on a pullback. Okay, so higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, pullback, breakout here, enter into this trend. Okay, same again, pullback, pullback, breakout, potential breakout there. That is probably an NFP non-farms payroll first Friday of the month candle. So not always ideal. However, you know, there are different ways in which you can draw your resistance as well. You don't necessarily always have to be horizontal. Okay. Breakout, breakout. Don't want to risk buying at the high. It just says you don't want to sell at the low after this pullback. But you can see this level of resistance holds up well. 1, 2, 3, multiple times. And then we do have a breakout to the upside. You can buy there. Okay, and then the trend continues upwards. Okay, or you could wait even for the pullback there. We know we're in an overall uptrend. The market's still making these high lows. We can just hone in there and look to enter on a short-term breakout to the upside. So basically finding the trend direction and trading on breakouts in the trend direction. If you insist on using the Apex Sniper Arrow Indicator, what I would do is only take signals in the direction of the overall trend. Okay, so if we just remove these arrows from the chart, the first thing we would do is we would determine the direction of the trend. Avoid range in markets. Okay, that's what I would do as well, certainly. So when we're in this scenario here, if I just zoom out, we're in an uptrend, okay? So you could consider taking the buy signals in line with the trend, okay? Unless you're counter trend trading. I like to trade with the trend. As the saying goes, the trend is your friend. So buy signal there, not a bad trade at all. Buy signal there, not a bad trade either. This one as well, but you have to think about being too far away from the start of the trend. You don't want to buy at the high. Okay, and especially you might not want to buy into a strong level of resistance like this one. Although that being said, the market is still making these higher lows, and you could have perhaps waited for a pullback to this trend line here. Okay, rather than buy up here when there's an arrow, wait for a deeper pullback and then buy on the bounce of the trend line there and the continuation to the upside. Okay, then when we get in this rangy situation here, okay, flat consolidation really in this zone here, just avoid the signals altogether, just as in a sell trend. Okay, this is a long-term downtrend here. You can look to take the sell trades. A good example there, but then a not so good example there. We could have ignored this one based on the fact that, you know, prices literally just bounced from support. Okay, instead what we can do is just draw a support level and look to trade a breakout. You can see a nice big breakout candle there, M chart pattern formation. Okay, traders are watching this particular setup and trading on that breakout there. In this instance, stop loss I'd place above the high, so around 20 pips there, recent high, and a trade for over 500 pips profit potential there. Could have used a trailing stop, just moving the stop loss above the highs all the way down, okay, to maximize the move as much as possible. I like to cut losing trades short, let winning trades run. Okay, so the trailing stop as well on this, if you did manage to, I don't know, say you took this trade here. Okay, initial stop loss just below the low and then trail it below the lows all the way up. Just try to lock in as much profit as possible once you see the market start to make lower highs or consolidate. You may want to consider closing some, if not all of the position. Okay, the last thing you want to do is to get into a good trade like this and just exit prematurely and leave too much on the table. You can, of course, re-enter, although when you re-enter, you can potentially leave too much pips. No, sorry, every time you re-enter, you run the risk of getting the trade wrong. Okay, so if we can get a good entry either here, or if you miss that one, you know, you still have opportunity to trade on this breakout here. As you can see, quite a strong level, lots of traders watching it from the power of the breakout. Okay, that we see there. Again, stop loss above the recent high. Okay, otherwise you can, I wouldn't, but if you want to take that apex sniper arrow indicator signals, you could do them in line with the overall trend. And in this instance, we'd be ignoring the buy trades because we're in a downtrend. That's not to say that there won't be good buy trades. You know, that's probably a reasonable pullback trade. However, I'm going to trade in the overall direction of the trend. You can see here, we were in an uptrend, so taking these sell trades wouldn't have been favorable, but you would have had a better chance with these buy trades here. Okay, another thing I'm not too keen on with this indicator is I think it misses a lot of opportunity. If you rely solely on an indicator for taking your signals, you might miss trades. Okay, granted, it did pick some good opportunities here. Again, you don't have to sell straight away, so you wouldn't have sold straight away there. You would have waited for support here. We see that arrow, we can then start to look for a sell trade and just trade off the support. Same here, once we see the arrow, we can just draw a support line, wait for a breakout to confirm, ignoring long signals because we're in a downtrend. This is why you do that, you get caught out there and there. But as I said, you can miss opportunities as well. You know, if you're hoping an arrow is going to display and it doesn't, you know, we don't necessarily need an arrow to tell us that that's a level of support. M pattern breakout to the downside, we could have traded that breakout regardless of there being an arrow. Okay, and then as the market made these lower highs here, the arrow was in the opposite direction. I would have been looking to trade a breakout of that support level there. Okay, support, breakout, support becomes resistance, price falls down, no coincidence. if you missed that initial entry, you could wait for a slight pullback there and a big breakout to the downside. Continues there. Again, arrows not in the ideal place. To be fair, you know, if we're looking at the overall bigger picture, there is an arrow here, which is a reasonable entry. Again, you can also draw your support and wait for a breach of support, which can be open to interpretation as well. Okay, you can see here this support level held up, then became resistance, but some traders would have perhaps drawn their support more short term. But then, you know, it's again open to interpretation, because if we zoom in, this may be considered a long trade, long scenario by some, a buy scenario. Okay, if you're looking at the higher lows here, you know, you have to just keep in mind the bigger picture as well. We're just coming off a strong downwards trend. Plus, there's quite a lot of choppy price action going on here. It's only a few big bars that have caused this sort of shift to the upside, whereas overall we're still in a strong downwards trend. Again, the arrow there is a good trade, to be fair, but this is why you need to do your own analysis to confirm, because there's lots of red arrows popping up here, but you're not going to want to trade when the market is moving against you. Okay, and it did miss opportunities here as well. You can see this support line and a breakout there to the downside. No red arrow to signal that. Okay, support, breakout, support becomes resistance, continuation, even as far down as here. But by then, you know, after you've seen this massive move down, probably don't want to be selling at the low around here. Okay, just as you don't want to really be buying at the high. So yeah, I can see how there is potential here. However, you're going to have to use your own logic to take trades. I wouldn't blindly take these arrows, especially in a scenario like this, a ranging market, when you can just get whipsawed in and out. Especially if you're on the lower chart timeframes as well, like the 1 minute and 5 minute, you'll find a lot of false signals. You need to just put some effort, whether that's candlestick patterns, price action analysis, support resistance, trend lines. Most importantly as well, good money management. Okay, there's no point having a 20 pip stop loss and 20 pip take profit, in my opinion, because it just makes your life harder. If you've got say a 20 pip stop loss on average, stop loss again is flexible. It depends on where the high or where the low is. It could be 15 pips away, it could be 30 pips away. Maybe if it's too high, we don't take, too far away, we don't take the trade. Okay, but the take profits for me never going to be fixed. I'm not going to say, oh, I always take 50 pips or always take 100 pips. No, because it depends what the market gives us. Just to show an example of that, strong level of support here. Okay, and the resistance here, arguably here, but if we just draw, you don't always have to go fixed horizontally. Once price breaks out above here, if we entered around here somewhere, okay, against the apex sniper, or if you even just waited for a confirmed breakout and then a pullback like here, okay, pullback and then a breakout there. If we put the stop loss below the low, okay, let's just say you took this breakout, stop loss below the low, you're looking around 15 to 20 pips. I mean, that trade's got over 400 pips potential, so why would we take 50? Why would we take 100? If we can just trail price below the lows, we can ride the trend as much as possible, perhaps closing part of the position on the way up if you want to bank some pips. And if price does turn around and take us out for our trailing stop, we can consider whether we want to re-enter if there's an opportunity presented itself. We don't want to force a trade. We don't want a revenge trade. We don't want a fear of missing out trade. Okay, we don't want to overtrade either. Don't want negative emotions like fear, anger, or greed to get in the way of our trading. Okay, but yeah, ample opportunity. If you do insist on you have to trade these arrows, okay, my suggestion would be just to trade them in line of the overall trend. You can see you're selling against the tide here. It's an uptrend. Whereas if you were taking the buy trades, the buy arrows with the overall trend, you got a more favorable chance, in my opinion. Some may argue, well, why wouldn't you take these green arrows up here then? Well, probably because price is far away from this trend line. Okay, I'm going to want to wait for a deeper pullback towards the trend line. Okay, from here and here. I want to buy at a peak Just wait for a deeper pullback, and then there's ample opportunities, as you can see, to trade on the way up. But as I said, arrows won't always appear. Potential breakout trade there, no arrow. In fact, an arrow in the opposite direction. Here, breakout, no arrow. Well, there is an arrow there, to be fair, but here, breakout, no arrow. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully you found some ideas from this video, whether it's one thing, or two things. If you can just take one thing away from the video, whether that's money management or about the discipline aspect, timing your entry, your exit, I think that's great. I do have lots of other videos you can check out for various ideas you can implement within your trading strategies. I do appreciate you watching. If you could just take a minute to like and subscribe, that would really help my channel, and I can keep making videos like this to try and help you improve your trading strategies. And as always, make sure you test any new ideas on a demo account at first to see how things go. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.